When it comes to airline cards, there's several things that people are hoping to accomplish. The first is you want to get checked bags for free. The airlines just keep jacking up the price on those checked bags. And most recently, because of the increase in fuel because of the war, then they have raised the price again. And so it's not going to go back down when fuel prices go down. We can promise ourselves that. So that's one reason people might want an airline card. Another reason people might want an airline card is they want to be able to build points with that particular airline. Now, this usually isn't the best way to build points with the airline because most airline cards don't have as good of multipliers as transferable currency cards where you can use the points and transfer them from the bank like Chase or Citi or American Express or whatever over to a particular airline. But that could be a reason why people want an airline card. But for frequent travelers, I think one of the reasons they want an airline card, and maybe the primary reason they want airline cards, is to help them achieve a measurable level of status with the airline. Status comes with things like, well, things that the credit cards often come with. At the low end, things like checked bags and you get preferred boarding and things of that nature. But it also comes with the ability to choose better seats when you're booking, depending on your status, or 24 hours before your flight. It comes with an occasional upgrade to first class on domestic trips. Sometimes that status can also get you into lounges, particularly when you're flying internationally with the partner lounges because of your status with the airline alliance. There's just a lot of little perks that come with these airline statuses. And credit cards are one way that people can kind of supercharge or boost their ability to get to status. Well, a few months ago, I got the AA Globe Card. It's the newest card in American Airlines lineup with Citibank. And what really intrigued me about it, I didn't particularly love everything about the card. I thought the credits were very weak, and we'll talk about those in a second. But what I loved about it was the potential to boost status. And that's what I want to focus on in this video, because now I've tested out the card. I know how it works. And I'm telling you, it's one of the best cards on the market. There are others that are good as well, but it's one of the best cards on the market to help you get that boost towards being able to reach a measurable level of status with American Airlines. So if you would, please hit the like and subscribe button and let me dive into it with you. Now, the American Airlines Globe Card from Citibank has a $350 annual fee, and that puts it kind of right there below their top-level card, which is the executive card. And that card's primary reason to have it would be that it gives full Admirals Club access. Well, this card's right below that, and it's kind of similar to their competitors. Chase and United have their Quest card that sits at $350 a year. Then Delta and American Express have the Delta Platinum card that sits right there at $350 a year. So this is kind of their card that sits in the middle, so to speak, of their annual fee cards. And it does give measurable perks over their lower card, the $99 American Airlines Platinum card, because it gives things like, free bags for you and companions, just like the lower tier card. It gives you preferred boarding, just like the lower tier card. But where this card differentiates is that it does give some lounge access. So for $350, you're going to get 4 passes to American Airlines Admirals Clubs. Now, this is kind of interesting because there are some other cards that, well, one in particular that gives some one-day passes. These one-day passes, they work for a 24-hour period. So you don't have to use 2 of them if you go on your outbound flight and also on your layover. It just counts as 1. But the competitor that does this is United with their Explorer card, which is a lower level card. It's only $150 a year and it gives you 2 passes. But what I like about American is with United, if you've ever had that card, you know that many times you'll go through an airport and they'll have a sign out that says we're not taking day passes, and they won't accept those passes. American does accept those passes. If there's room in the lounge, and there's always room in an American Admirals Club, always, they're going to accept those passes. Now, there have been signs out that kind of make people think that they won't. But I asked them at the counter at the Admirals Club one of the times that I was there, and they said, oh, no, we always accept those passes. That's talking about people who want to buy a pass for the day or things of that nature. So I think it's a pretty good benefit. Now, you only get 4 of them, but that's quite a few trips. So if you only travel 3 or 4 times a year, that's really, really good. But do you care about status? And do you want a $350 card if you're only traveling that many times a year? So it's just kind of an extra bonus to get those lounge passes on this card. Now, as far as earnings, the card is not going to be particularly powerful, like most airline cards are not. It earns 3x on American Airlines flights. It earns 2x on restaurants, on rideshare, on transit, on stuff like that. And then it has a 6x multiplier on hotels only if you book through the American AAdvantage hotel program. However, that's if you're going to be using paid hotel stays, that's a pretty good way to do it because you get a lot of extra points when you do that, even over the 6x that you're getting with the card. And you also get loyalty points on those bonus points. So that also helps. That's how I often reach my status is if I'm a little low, then I go and I book something in a hotel and it usually pushes me over the top. So you do get 6x on the hotel platform, which I think is the best multiplier on the card. The rest of them, you probably have other cards, and especially if you have a Citi set up that can transfer to American, you have other cards that are going to have better multipliers in each of those categories. So yes, it does have multipliers, but like most airline cards, they're just not all that significant. The card does have a few credits that supposedly can offset your annual fee of $350. It has a credit for in-flight purchases. Now, if you are at status level, you're probably not going to use that because drinks and things are free if you're sitting in Comfort Plus, which you can if you're status level. But if you're not, if you're sitting back in just the main cabin, you could use it for that. What we often do, since we do have status, is I'll just buy the snack boxes and put them in my backpack and use them later when I'm hungry or whatever. So it's not really a significant benefit. It's just kind of an extra thing, not something I would consider helping me to offset the annual fee. The one credit that is very useful is that also has a $100 credit for those American hotels, those AAdvantage hotels through that portal. So you get $100 off of a hotel stay. So you can use that, and then you're also going to get the extra points and loyalty points. So I think that one is a very good credit. But then it has, I think, a $240 credit for Turo that has to be used in like $30 increments. So I suppose if somebody rents Turos a lot, then this would be a helpful credit. But for me, I usually rent through the big chain. So that's not useful for me. And I also don't like how it's broken up so much. If it was just a $240 credit, that'd be really good, and I'd probably use Turo. But it's one of those credits that these American Airlines cards, some of them have those. I mean, there's the Lyft credit on the executive that's really bad because you have to take so many Lyft rides before you get your $10 a month. This one's kind of like that with Turo. So why would this card be worth it? Well, there's a couple things. The first is it does give, after your first year, a companion certificate on American Airlines. Now, it's not totally free like the one with Delta. With Delta, you just have to, on their mid-level Delta Platinum card and also on their Reserve card, they give companion certificates, and you just have to pay the taxes and fees. This one's not quite that good, but I still think it's very good because $99 you pay plus the taxes and fees, and then you get the companion certificate for the companion flies with you for free. So I think that's a pretty good benefit. And so you'd want to use it on a little bit more expensive flight. And I haven't hit the year mark yet, so I'll do another video later to tell you how that experience works once I get there. But the real benefit of this card, at least for me or anybody chasing American Airlines status, is it has a great ability to help you towards that status. The first is all American Airlines cards, even their no annual fee card, give you one loyalty point, and that's their metric with American Airlines that helps you reach status. One loyalty point for every dollar you spend on the card. Now, to give you a little context, when you reach American status, the first level is gold, and it's at 40,000 loyalty points. You also get loyalty points when you fly, and you get more based upon your status. So if you're a basic flyer, you get like 5 per dollar spent on the airline. If you move up to gold status, you get like 7, and then at platinum you get like 8, and then at platinum pro you get like 9 per dollar spent. And then when you go up a level to executive platinum, the highest published tier, it's like 11. So you do get a lot of points from flying and loyalty points as well. So there are other ways to earn it with the hotels, with their shopping portal, all of that too. But the card gives you 1 loyalty point per dollar spent. So for high spenders, you could spend your way all the way to any level status that you wanted. So that certainly can help. But the real benefit of this card, I mean the superpower, is it gives up to 3 different boosts to your loyalty. And that is in 5,000 point increments. And those are not given at a certain spend level. They're given when you have paid flights. So if you fly for work, or if you're a consultant and you get to turn in those receipts and fly, all you have to do is take 3 round trip flights if you have a layover, because how it works is they say, well, it's for every 4 flights you take, you get 5,000 loyalty points. But in the terms and conditions, and this is what I was hoping to be true and had to test out, it says that a flight is a segment. Now, what that means is if you're flying, like I fly out of Memphis, I often fly to Dallas, and then I fly somewhere else. So each of those trips, I fly from Memphis to Dallas, that's 1 segment. Dallas to my destination, that's another segment. I fly home through Dallas, that's another segment, and then back to Memphis, that's the last segment. So each round trip that I take on paid travel, whether I'm paying for it or work's paying for it or whatever, I'm getting 5,000 extra loyalty points. So if you take 3 paid flights a year, you're getting 15,000 extra. That's almost halfway to the lowest status level. And remember, all those flights are earning you loyalty points also on your flying. So this card is really, really helpful if you're trying to get to, and basically if you're taking those 3 flights a year plus the points you're getting on that, and if you're putting the flights on this card, you're probably going to get really, really close to the lowest level of status just from holding this card and taking those 3 flights, depending on how much they cost, how far you're going, and all of that. So that is really a powerful, powerful tool in the toolbox of the person who's trying to reach status with American Airlines. So what's my overall verdict on this card? Well, I'm going to keep the card because it helps me. And when you add it on to the status boost I get from my executive card, which is the higher level card, then that's really, really powerful, because that one at 50,000 loyalty points, not spend, loyalty points, it gives you another 10,000 points. And then at 90,000, it gives you another 10,000 points. So put these 2 cards together, they can earn you 35,000 extra loyalty points. It is a really, really great combination for the person who's going for loyalty. Now, it's $350 a year. Is it worth it? Well, only you'll be able to determine that for you. For me, I kind of consider the only credit that matters there that much to offset the fee is that $100 with the American Hotel program. But I also am going to get that companion certificate, and I can definitely get back $250 more from that companion certificate. So for that, I think it's got a net positive for me. And then at the end of the day, I'm also getting that huge boost for my loyalty. So is the card right for you? Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Like I said, I wanted to try it out because I wasn't sure exactly how that flight streak bonus thing was going to work to give you extra loyalty, but it works pretty easy. Just 3 round trips with a layover every year, and you're going to get 15,000 extra loyalty points. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please consider my channel memberships, $2.99 for RM Insiders, and that is kind of the basic tier that I give early release videos. I also do special videos weekly for my members. And then I have Spreadsheet Warriors, and that's for gamers. That's for people who are really into this, where we have live Zoom sessions every month. So consider both of those. You can use the join link. And also, if you would, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for being here, and I will see you here next time.